So today I'm going to show you how you can install the Zombie Reload plugins for your CSGO servers. And the first thing that you need to do is go to the visit to the Alive forums on these threads called Zombie Reload Finance editions. This is the latest version for the Zombie Reload that can be used on the CSGO and both the CS source too. But right now, let's not waste our time here. So once you visit the thread here, make sure to click on the main repository first if you want to download, like, because sometimes you click the direct download, blah blah blah, actually it's the same link, but you want to check out the source code, that what the change that happened. I mean, if you're not the coder type, or maybe you don't understand about the coding, you might you might can skip those one, but actually it's actually good that you know how the source port and the MetaMod and the source mode work on your servers. So after you visit this GitHub of this one, download it, and I already have one on my PCs. So after you download it, make sure to download source mode and the MetaMod at the same time. The source mode that can be run on the, well, it can be any version, but if you want to compile the plugin with the Windows edit source code, you need a source mode version that less than, I mean the old one, the 1.10 below. If you go to the 1.11, the plugin will not compile at all, because the newest version of the source mode doesn't, it's not support for the old syntax. That's the point. So you go to here and download the latest version. Well, this one is have the change details here if you actually want to see what the change that they have made, but they already built this on the Python 3, so they already changed. It's a little change here. You can go to the older version if there is no actually critical change happen. But right now, assume that I already download both the source mode and both the MetaMod. The next step is to go to the source mode and extract it. And depending on what version you're using, if you are running the source mode in the Linux, you download the Linux. But if you're running on the Windows, you download the Windows, which I using the Windows servers right now. All right. But I hosting the VPS on the Linux before, but this is not used anymore. Alright, I already prepared all the folders that I need, which is gonna be in well, on the CSGO. And which one? Well, I have to check that first, because maybe I can do, yep, this one. So I have everything here, and the next thing that you need to do is extract the file. Because the reason that I'm not recommend you to go to the plugin compile and drag it, because sometimes that the author is forget to compile with the latest source code, is apparently that you install the old version of the plugin itself. So you go to the SRC, which stand for source, and then you go to the source mode, which is in here. When you download, it's gonna have like two folders, like add-on and the CFG. You extract it, and you're gonna have to go to the add-on, source mode, and then go to the scripting section, and then you're dragging this thing, dragging all this file here, and replace it. So after you replace it, and you can click the compile here. So for the Linux user, it's gonna be the shell files like this one and this one. But because I just only get the compiler from the Windows, but all this scripting is from the Linux. But actually, it's replaceable. You can use any executes here for the Windows, even that is a different version that you download from the scripting folder from the Linux. But if you use the executes as a window from the another source, it's gonna eventually work. Well, now you click the compile, and you get these warnings. But this warning is only warning about you that is using the old syntax has nothing that to worry about, because the plugin will eventually run on the servers anyways. And what is most important here is total requirement. All this one has been complied, and there is no errors, only have the warnings about the old syntax here. And this file, the zombie reload sound, because the old plugins have a sound system inside the same plugins, but the latest latest contributors, the SteelWiz Anubis has decided to separate the zombie reload sound system to another one, to be a separate plugin. Yeah, you can assume that one. So now you close this thing and go to the compile. Here is a file that you got compiled. It's a your plugin that you can drag on the plugin folders, which was supposed to be here. So, well, right now you have to move those plugins into your SarsMod and MetaMod folders. So mostly that when you working on you will using the FTP or maybe SFTP, or maybe somebody's just working on the remote or the desktop to connect directly to the servers. So in case that you use the FTP, you can just, for example, you install it in the CSGO folders here, but before we install the zombie reload, you need to install the SarsMod and the MetaMod here, which was like this one. Just simply drag the add-on in the CFGs here, and same things happen to the MetaMod. Just drag it here, or maybe I'm wrong about that one. Let me check. So go to the MetaMod, and yep, and you can use any version of the MetaMod. Nope, yeah, you can use that one, but the place that you need to, the folder you need to place is on the add-ons, and drag it here. After you drag every necessary file, you go to this, you just need to place the plugin that you want to install for that one, and it's gonna be here in the zombie reload. It has like CSGO folders here, like have the CFG add-on and the materials and the model source. Every necessary part, you go here and go to CSGO folders and just drag all of them. And this one is gonna be drag like some config which is inside here, like downloaders and the models, the player class that you can edit later, and the translations that if there is no translation, the plugin will not send any message to you. But I mean, the plugin will work, but there is no message to you. So don't forget to install every necessary file here. So the materials and the models file is like the models of the zombie, the materials it's gonna be like, well, it's already have like the zombie materials here, but you're gonna need the like win or losing, like no zombie win or the human win size, which can be found in the CS drive folders here, like here overlays. Just simply drag it here, because this one is replaceable, so you don't need to make it specific for the CSGO, but overlay, because overlay just in the end it's just materials, and it is way that the application and showing on the game is most likely the same. Only the things that are different is only about the rigging and animations on the games. So the next one, you install these folders, and then you go to the scripting folders, compile, and then you get the plugins here, and you go inside here to the add-ons, SarsMod, and the plugins folders. Just simply drag two of them here. Now the plugins is installed, and the next thing to make sure that if you open the local servers, you definitely is gonna need to put like the models or the source file that we mentioned earlier to the FastDL size, or the other players will not get download at all. I mean, they might download those files from your servers, but because it's not fast download and it's gonna have like slow download, or maybe it's not download at all. So make sure that you put those files in the FastDL. I'm not gonna teach you how to put in that one, because it's something else, not related to the zombie reload here. And FastDL is actually some simple things nowadays, and you can simply just, if you're hosting on like some game service, you're definitely gonna find the buttons called the FastDL syncs or something, which was very convenient. So after you install all those plugins here, you can start the servers. Well, right now, and make sure that if you open in the local servers, well, you might don't have those files. Just don't forget to put like the file that I mentioned earlier, is like the models, materials model, and the sound on your game folders of the CS:GO. I mean, your own CS:GO directory inside your PCs. You have to install those one. Alright, so now let me check out that one. I have to go to restart the servers with the remote connections here. And it's very simple. I using the Windows GSM here, and then I restart it. Just wait for it because it has to wait for a while, and after restarting have to wait for it. Alright, the server start. You can talk to the console if you would like to in the Windows GSM. So I can cross this one already, because the another people will have like some their own console and whatsoever. But in my case, I just hosting the dedicated servers. So I can close this one, and it will disconnect. You go to the CS:GO to test it out. So click on the community servers and put your IP inside, but I don't need that one. So I click the team and spawning at that one. You can see I don't have my hands right now because extension. And as soon that I'm gonna be a zombies very soon. There you go. The reason that it doesn't have sound because I disable it, so I can change it by using the C sound S, and then yeah, and enable the zombies, and I can adjust the volume of these things. Actually, I have done this before on the Francisco version, but Adobe just changed everything, and actually you can, I mean, you can disable the sounds, but you cannot choose a specific without to have the specific volumes here. So it's quite, but I don't think that people actually care much about nowadays. But because some servers can do that, like GFL and the PSE, if you are looking for that kind of version, you can visit my GitHub. I'll give you a link later. And in the next video, so we're gonna explain the features that you can use on the zombie reload plugins here. So see you in the next video.